Product universe here. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth steals the show at President Trump's cabinet meeting. This is must-see.
So with that, I think we're going to maybe go around, and we have some letters where the secretaries and people around the table are making statements about how they're doing and what's happening. And I could start with Pete on the left because he's my least controversial person at the table. No, they don't know how good he is. So we'll go around the table and you can hear it. And these are cabinet meetings where they're very open and transparent. And I can guarantee you Biden didn't do this. He didn't do this. Go ahead, Pete.
Well, Mr. President, I think we're controversial because we're over the target. And like so many things, Mr. President, you inherited a demoralized military that couldn't recruit, that was perceived as weak after what happened in Afghanistan and elsewhere because of Joe Biden. And what we have seen since your election and the inauguration has been nothing short of a recruiting renaissance.
It's true.
Decades, it hasn't been decades since we've seen this kind of recruiting in the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force. The men and women of America want to join the United States military led by President Donald Trump.
And the police, by the way.
Absolutely.
And fire. I always mention the fire, but the police and fire. But the police and fire likewise they have waiting lists now. And 6 months ago was a disaster.
Truly historic. We can barely absorb the volume and retention as well. Men and women in the military who don't want to get out now that they have a real commander-in-chief. We're reinforcing standards. We're going to be fit, not fat, in our formations. We welcome back all the folks that were forced out because of the COVID mandate. We've ripped wokeness out of the military, sir, DEI, trans, and it's Fort Benning and Fort Bragg again at the DOD. We're rebuilding the military, sir. The Golden Dome is well underway. F-47, reassuring allies and deterring enemies. We found nearly $6 billion in DOGE savings that we're going to reinvest, including $50 billion from the Biden administration focused on things like climate that have nothing to do with lethality and warfighting. And we will have, as you said, sir, the first $1 trillion budget that we plan to spend wisely on behalf of our warfighters. From day one, sir, we've helped get 100% operational control of the border, coming alongside DHS and CBP.
That's right.
We've got 11,000 troops on the border who now, because of the new national defense area, sir, can help detain illegals at the border and hand them over to CBP. It used to be if you saw camouflage on the border, they could hold binoculars, and that's it. Now we can detain and assist, and we're going to get 100% operational control of that border. Our NATO allies know they have to step up. The Houthis in the Middle East are feeling the weight of American power, and we're deterring communist China. So because of your leadership, sir, I believe we're making the military great again. And I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pete.
That was a totally must-see moment where Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth stole the show. It started as a lighthearted moment between President Trump and him, as President Trump joked that he was starting off the meeting with the least controversial member of his cabinet. A hilarious moment, as Pete Hegseth is one of the most controversial members of the Trump cabinet in the media today. Deemed so controversial by the media because they despise him for what he has done as Defense Secretary. They can't stand that recruiting numbers are at such historic high levels under the leadership of Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump. They can't stand that the military is becoming bigger, better, stronger, and more lethal every single day as Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump stand up for the warfighters and have erased DEI and woke ideology from the face of the earth, and importantly, from the military, as they have returned to meritocracy and common sense and the ethos of the warfighter, working to make the military win wars if called upon. As well, Pete Hegseth laid out with full transparency what he is working on in the Defense Department at the moment, stating that the Golden Dome is currently being built, the F-47s are in production, the soldiers who were kicked out of the military under Biden have been welcomed back, Fort Bragg and Fort Benning are back, DOGE has helped to find $6 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse, the Houthis are feeling our power in the Middle East, and the Chinese are being deterred by us in Asia with peace through strength. This is great news from Secretary Pete Hegseth. The world is beginning to respect America once again after the disgraceful 4 years of President Joe Biden, where the reputation of America was tarnished unbelievably. It was dragged through the mud. But now with Pete Hegseth and this Defense Department and these new projects and missions, they are helping to make America stronger, safer, and greater. the American military is once again being respected all around the world, in every corner of the world, because they know that the United States has Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump in charge, who will do everything in their power to support the American warfighters. As well, the military is becoming more respected in our own country, as hundreds of thousands of Americans are signing up and joining the military as of late. Joining the military because they know they have a strong leader in the White House and in the Pentagon, strong leaders who love them and will support them and do everything in their power to put them in the best positions with the best equipment in the world. The news that Pete Hegseth rattled off was unbelievable, as the F-47s and the Golden Dome will be huge additions to protecting our national security. Huge additions which will keep America safer and make America stronger on the battlefield. Key additions in the realm of defense and offense. Pete Hegseth totally stole the show at Trump's cabinet meeting after him and President Trump's lighthearted moment, sharing the news of how America is becoming stronger, safer, and greater every single day. Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump are great leaders for our country and our military. But that's just my 2 cents, and you're entitled to your 2 cents. If you want, share your opinion in the comments below, as all viewpoints are welcome. If you enjoyed this informational and educational video, then give the video a like and turn on my channel notifications so that you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and God bless America.